Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and have I got an intriguing, interesting report to share with you. And as a Christian journalist who shares from a Christian's perspective, I think you guys are going to find this fascinating. Well, a fighter back from 2011 had a prophecy about America, and just 6 years later, that prophecy came true. And that wasn't the only one. He had two of them, actually, that have both came true. And now he has another word for people in America that he believes is from the Lord. Now, just a quick disclaimer before I tell you a little bit about that. Take everything with a grain of salt. There's so many people out there who say, I have this word from the Lord. This is what God told me. God told me this, not. And probably 3/4 of them are not from the Lord. So check everything in light of Scripture. Now, all I can do is report what happened with this guy and how some of them have come true. I can't vouch for the future and say that these are going to come true with 100% certainty because only time will tell. Needless to say, as a Christian reporter, I thought, well, this is interesting. If some of his stuff in the past came true, then I'm going to at least listen to what he might say about our future. That said, I'll leave it for you to decide whether you think those things will happen or not, and whether they actually play out or not. My disclaimer is I don't know. Only time will tell. But I just want to share the details. Well, I found the report on www.charismanews.com titled Firefighter Prophet Updates His Vision for Trump's Presidency. Now, this report was put out in November of last year, so just a couple of months ago, but I'm just now going through it and finding it, and I thought, well, I truly got to share this. Now, that report details a past prophecy that he had in an interview with Rick Wiles, I believe, but back in 2011, he had a prophecy that Donald Trump would, and I want to quote so I get this right, he was chosen to lead the United States of America and bring honor, respect, and restoration to the land. Now, this was fulfilled when Donald Trump became our president, January 20th, 2016. Now, that's not the only prophecy that he said, and he shared that back in 2011, but also he stated that one Supreme Court justice would die. That was fulfilled with Antonin Scalia. Interesting. So here we have two things coming out of, this guy's mouth that actually came to pass. One about Donald Trump and one about Judge Scalia. Well, now what does he have to say about the future? Well, according to the report on charismanews.com, he said, quote, first, he says that there will be an intense spiritual opposition to clean up America, especially when it comes to uprooting corruption in high places. In other words, Donald Trump's going to be cleaning house, which we all see him doing. Hopefully he continues on that path, but that he was going to have very strong opposition in that, spiritual opposition as well. But he goes on to say that he also heard a word from the Lord that tribunals will happen and make the Nuremberg look like a walk in the park, because this corruption goes so deep and it goes worldwide because the Clinton Foundation goes worldwide. And he went on to say that he believed, and that one wasn't 100%, but he believed that it was going to be on an international level. He further details how he believed that God said that Julian Assange's WikiLeaks would soon have international documents that involve corruption in the Supreme Court Justice Department, or internal documents, that expose corruption within the Supreme Court Justice Department, and that things like bribery would be exposed. So I find that interesting. Obviously, those last two things, the tribunals, which I don't know if those will come to pass or not, that one's iffy for me. Same with the Supreme Court Justice files. But needless to say, I want to take a little bit of it because what this man has said in the past, some of that has come to pass already. Now, whether he actually heard a word from the Lord, whether he has inside information about WikiLeaks and these files, whether it's just being pulled out of his rear end, well, I'll leave all of that for you to decide. But needless to say, I thought it was a cool report. And here's the thing that the scriptures say. We have to when analyzing people who say, God told, God told, God told, we have to analyze it in light of scripture. We have to look at their fruits and see if things in the past have come to pass to judge them in the future. And that's always what I look at. Anyhow, I thought this was an interesting report to share it with each and every single one of you. This is Lisa Haven. Oh, and if you like what you heard today, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Share it on all your social media outlets and give me a big fat thumbs up. Well, I'm Lisa Haven, signing out.